So today I'll be doing an interview with Stefan. He worked abroad for about a year and he will give us an insight in the life of an expat. So, first question, Stefan, where did you work and what was your role specifically?
Hello, Ari. I worked in France, more specific in Montpellier. I was working in a company who was making veneered and engineered flooring. So we call it parquet also. We were selling to individuals mainly and also some little projects. So we were producing the floors and also placing the floors. I was there for a year and I was following up some projects together with a guy who was working there already for several years. So it was very interesting to see how everything was going, and yeah, that was my main job. And also I had to explain some technical things to individuals who were buying their floor, and we always make something specific to the demand of the customer. So that was also my job to invite them to our showroom and to explain them the several options and to follow them up.
Okay. And how did you get the job? Did you apply or did you call them or how did you do it?
Well, my father is a businessman here in Belgium, and he is also producing and selling wooden floors all over the world. So I was asking him to do a job in the. I would love to work in France because my French isn't that good. So he called the guy in France who is a partner of him for also doing some projects in France. And he called them, so I had to call a video chat with the boss. And then that was my apply. So then he said I got the job. So I went over there and then I stayed there for a year. So
okay,
that's how I got the job.
Yes. And was it a big company you were working for, or was it a rather small one?
It was a rather small one. We were working with 23, so 24 with me included. So we had one big boss, one accountant, then also two administrative people, and then we had four salesmen, two people who follow up the projects, one where I was going with, and then we had the people in the factory who were producing and everything that has to be done for the end product. Yes, the manual job.
Yes, and were there women working for the company or mainly men?
In the office, it were almost all women. So except of the two salesmen, so two saleswomen and two salesmen. In the factory, it was a bit mixed. There were, I think, 30% women, and the rest were men. So, but there wasn't a big difference because the people who work over there, they are all almost working there for about 15, 20 years. So there is a good connection between all the employees. So yeah, they know each other very well, and there wasn't a difference between men or women.
Yeah, so the men, they weren't more competitive than the women?
Well, no, they were doing different jobs, so they couldn't compete with each other, so there wasn't competition between who was the best. Or
wasn't you couldn't compare them because they did several things that weren't comparable.
Yes, there are differences.
And how is life in Montpellier? Are there significant cultural differences compared to Belgium?
Well, Montpellier is a rather big city. There is also a university, so some of my friends who I know from in Belgium were studying over there. 3 friends. So yeah, I did learn the city. Did learn the city by them, and
they showed you around.
Yes, they showed me around, so I knew some places, but yeah, there are a lot of foreign students over there, so the cultural difference that I was making through was not that big. I came in pubs or in places that were multicultural, so
Yes, several nationalities.
yes, so yeah, the difference in culture wasn't that.
It wasn't a cultural shock when you
No,
arrived.
totally not. Why the French people? Yeah, the people I was working with were very friendly, very kind. So yeah, in Belgium it's a little bit the same, but in France they are even more friendly. They are saying bonjour more
Yes,
often
very
than
friendly
here in
people.
Belgium.
Yes. And what were the first days like when you've arrived? Were you on your own? Or did somebody show you around or help you from the company?
Well, as I told you, there were 3 friends of mine there working. They were doing an internship, and one of them was studying over there, Erasmus, we call it in Belgium. And yeah, the first day I came there on my own. So I came by train, and I was moving in my apartment. The next day, I was going to the factory where the boss showed me everything.
Show you
And
around.
yeah, the first weekend I met my friends, so we did go out.
Some sightseeing.
Yes,
and
they showed me the city.
gave you some advice.
Yes, that's
Yes. And so you made a lot of friends over there next to the Belgian people. You
Well,
already
they
knew?
know a lot of people from the university and from their work, but also there were 3 people in the company where I worked that were my age.
Yeah.
So after a day of work, we did go drink something, or
Yeah, a few
we
drinks.
did some activities, and also in the weekend. And if you have a network, it expands very fluently when you
Yes,
are
you
there.
weren't alone. You weren't alone.
No,
Yes.
totally not.
So now you're back. Are you planning on working abroad again, or do you intend to stay?
At this moment, not really. Now I'm working with my dad because I also learned over there a lot that I can
Yes,
uh,
that you can use
use
here
in the company of my father.
because it's the same type of company.
Yes, also new ideas and how we can create something new or add more value to our product. But yeah, in the near future, I won't go in a foreign country. But my father has a lot of partners around the whole world, and it's a bit of a dream to work in the United States or in the Arabic Emirates.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I have a girlfriend, and in France it wasn't that easy. Lucky it was not that far, so I could go home if I wanted in the holidays. But yeah, if you go to the United States, it's not
Not that easy to come back from
to
time
come
to
back.
time.
So I will wait and see. But yeah, could be, but not at this moment.
And any advice for people who are planning to go work abroad or live abroad?
Yes, I would say if you have the opportunity, do it. It's very, very nice. You start to know a lot of people. Also, if you have big dreams for later, you create a network in the whole world, I would say. But it starts with several people, but those people know other people, and then it's going very fast. So if you have the opportunity, I would certainly do it. And yeah, you could only learn about it. And yeah.
Yeah, it's true. It's a great opportunity. Thank you for having this interview, Stefan, and I wish you all the best for the future.
Thank you very much, Harry.